Hello, family, and Merry Christmas. So sad to not be with you all, but we're having a great time here, and it's lots of fun being together here too. So I hope you all are having a great time. So Tiffany asked me to record a little message about the money that we collected from everybody in the family and what we did to help. So for those of you that weren't really in on the texting, you could know what we did. So it began with a couple of new students enrolling at the middle school where I work, and we had a homeless child and his mother living in their car, and we needed to get them some help. And then we had another little girl that was coming from not probably, she was coming from an abuse and neglect situation, and she's still in that situation. Mom's on drugs. Dad has a live-in girlfriend. She has children. He has children, and they've just had a baby together. His children are being neglected. Not enough to eat, no beds, no bedding, not enough clothing, especially for winter, that type of thing. So I just thought maybe I could put together some donations from our family, and I was hoping to maybe collect about $1,000. And within just a few hours, it just kept coming in, and within just a few hours, we literally had thousands of dollars. And by overnight, we had raised $8,600, and I can't even tell you how overwhelming and humbling that was. And then I was like, I have to do the right thing with all of this money and be responsible for it. So we met with our youth support team at the school, and we determined we prioritized who needed the most help and what type of help we needed to give them. And so we ended up helping 17 families in all. Most of them were given $500 cash. We selected the families very carefully, and we did have a few families that we did not feel like mom and dad would do the right thing with the money, and so we purchased items. For one family, we purchased $500 worth of food, case goods, all kinds of things that were sustainable: rice, sugar, flour, canned goods, tons of basics. So things, we did meat, potatoes, all kinds of things. And then we did clothing for the children. Right at the last minute, we had another family come to our attention that they needed some help, and they wanted us to do the shopping. And so we provided everything from socks, underwear, pants, right up to a warm winter coat for two nice little boys, and then we gave some money for the other adults in the family. So we helped teachers and their families. We know some teachers have 3 jobs to try and make ends meet. So all in all, the money we were careful about who we gave it to because we wanted it to go to the right things. But it felt so good to give, and I wish all of you could have felt that as we heard the stories and the thank yous pour in. My principal delivered everything. I didn't want to be at the forefront. I wanted it to just be quiet. And he shared with me some of the emails, and they were just very heartfelt, very grateful. And many of them felt as though that money was an answer to prayer, that they did not know how they were going to provide anything for their families for Christmas. Some of them that they weren't even going to be able to put food on the table. So I just want to tell all of you how very grateful I am for coming together and being incredibly generous. I know most of us have been in situations where we've been on the receiving end at times in our lives, and it's very hard and it's humbling. but we're always so grateful, and it felt really good to be able to be on the giving end this time. And I just want you all to know how much I love you and how grateful I am that we were able to do this as a family. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I love you so much. Bye. Okay, here's a part 2, because I just thought of something I forgot to say on the second one, or the first one. So one of the things that we did with the money that I loved so much is we had a little girl that has extremely buck teeth. Like, her teeth stick straight out and her little lip protrudes, and she's so self-conscious about it. And her mother left the family when she was a little tiny girl, and then she died a few years later of a drug overdose. So it's just her and Dad, very, very poor, and just not able to afford orthodontic care. So I called a couple of different orthodontists in the area and asked if we donated $1,000, if they would do the rest of the treatment pro bono. And 2 of them said yes. And so we went with, we ended up going with Dr. Adam Lee. In the end, we were going to go with Trapnell, but we found out that she had had a consultation with Lee, but they couldn't go through with it because they couldn't afford it. But because he had seen her initially, we decided to go with Dr. Lee, and he is doing the rest of her treatment for free. And so the counselor that brought it to my attention, he told me that she came and just hugged him the next day when she found out. And she is so thrilled that she's going to be able to have her teeth fixed and feel better about her smile. And also, that same little girl, our counseling secretary and librarian got permission from her dad, and they took her on a little shopping spree, and got her some of the items that little girls need and usually a mother takes care of. And they had a great day shopping, and she was able to get her dad a Christmas present too. So that was a very, very sweet thing that we were able to do with some of that money too, and wanted y'all to know. Okay, Merry Christmas, love y'all, bye.